Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You join us for the post-match reactions after last night's banger of a UEFA Champions League semi-final first leg between Real Madrid and Man City, which ended in a 1-1 draw. Vinicius Jr. with the opening goal for Real Madrid and Kevin De Bruyne with a rasping thunderbolt of a goal to equalize for Manchester City. I'm joined by Russell and Farid as usual. How are you guys doing? Still feeling tired after last night's late night?
Oh man, but it was a good match, so it definitely kept us awake for quite a bit.
Mm.
But yeah, it worth staying up for.
Yep, definitely. Proper football match.
Proper football match.
From coming from a United fan, I've not seen this level of football in a while.
It's I don't know. I mean, I suppose let's just dive right into it because there's quite a bit to cover. It was a fairly even game. Saw big chances for both sides. City started off dominating. Real Madrid came into it. Who is going to be happier after this result, Russell? Pep or Ancelotti?
Definitely Pep. Like going to the Bernabeu, it's not an easy place to go. And the watching the match, the first 15-20 minutes, Man City were dominating. I think Courtois kept Real Madrid back in the game. Kept Real Madrid in the game, and it was just Man City all the way. Like they were just terrorizing that Madrid defense. But props to Real Madrid. They're just very confident in defense. They didn't look scared. They didn't look like concerned. They're just okay. We'll just weather this storm. We're confident in our defenders, and the team as a whole to just get past that phase. And after that, after they got past the 20 minutes, they started playing their game, and in the transitions they looked crazy. Like their transitional play from defense to attack, I've not seen anything better. The speed, the precision is just top class. Like their front three, Vinicius, Benzema, and Rodrigo. Wow, amazing, man. Like, wow. One could only wish, as a United fan, one could only wish we had that kind of front three in United. But wow, what a game! And I think, definitely Pep, man. Pep, 1-1 draw back to the Etihad is a very big result.
What do you think? You agree with that assessment, Farid?
Yeah, definitely. I think everybody gave quite a huge advantage to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. But like you said earlier, it was a very even match. And actually, props to the keepers. They played amazing. I think both Edison and Courtois made great saves throughout the whole match and kept both sides in it. I think Tchouaméni had an insane chance towards the end of the game from outside the box, and Courtois was up for it. Edison as well, I think, made a big save against was it Benzema or was it Rodrigo earlier in the first half as well. So that it wasn't even though it's a 1-1 draw, it wasn't a boring game at all.
Yeah,
that's for sure. And both keepers kept them in the game. And I always felt like even though now there's no more away goals, that it seems that Etihad is becoming a bit of a tough place to go to in Europe.
Yeah.
So advantages with Pep, definitely. Although Real Madrid's defense did seem at ease despite coming under pressure pretty much the whole match. But like we said before, like this Real Madrid team are willing to sit back and just play on the counter, and we saw that with the goal from Vinicius Jr. Camavinga down the left wing. He is like a Marcelo regen. Like he is not afraid to defend, and he is not afraid to bomb down the left flank. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting the next leg.
Okay, so if we look at a little bit into how the game played out, right? It's a bit of a statistical quirk here. Both Vinicius and De Bruyne essentially scored from the same spot. On the pitch, right, into the exact same goal. I'm gonna throw it out to you two here. Who scored the better goal?
I think
I would.
Oh, you go. Farid, go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
I would pick Vinny Junior's one because it somehow from an awkward body position, I feel like the ball was getting away from him. Somehow he managed to generate so much power from the edge of the box and hit the top corner. De Bruyne's one was class as well. It was pure technique and power, and like by the time Courtois was on the floor, I think he didn't even realize the ball had gone past him. That was how good it was. But I'll give the edge to Vini's one because it was like you should not be able to score from the edge of the box in that position.
Russell? Vini
To be honest,
De Bruyne?
to be honest, I'm going to be very critical of both goals. Like not the goals, but the defending. To be like,
I wouldn't expect anything less from a former goalkeeper. So yeah.
No, like not from the goalkeepers. I was thinking more from the defenders' point of view. So because like I think the Vinicius goal, I think the defense could have done better. There were a lot of bodies behind, but now they're willing to put their body in front of the ball. And I mean, they're all just turning. I don't know. Modern footballers like to turn their bums and show everyone. I don't know what's this new way of defending. It started from Van Dijk and it just continued throughout the whole. Like if you rewatch the Vinicius goal, Stones was there, Ruben Diaz was there. They could have thrown their body towards it or they could have blocked it to prevent that shot from coming. But they all decide to drop back. I don't. It's maybe a tactics kind of thing, or I don't know the way they just play. But given that, I'll say the De Bruyne one because the De Bruyne one was unstoppable. There's no one could do anything about it. Like the lane was open. Yes, I mean the position of the players to give him the amount of space was bad, but once you saw that once he struck that ball, no one could do anything. I mean, if a Madrid player threw his body at it, it'll be crazy defending because that ball was like a rocket, man. After he left his foot, the next thing I know was in the goal. That's how fast that ball was. So I would say the De Bruyne one was better than the Vinicius one because just coming from the Vinicius one could have just been stopped quite easily, to be honest, compared to the De Bruyne one.
Okay. So I guess the deciding vote is me. I'm actually going to go with De Bruyne. To me, aesthetically, like just the technique, like these are things that coaches tell kids all the time. You know, kids, if you're watching, that is how you hit a football. You keep your head low over the ball, you lock your ankle, straight follow through. That ball did not go up, didn't bobble, nothing. It just went arrow straight into the goal. It's the kind of goal that you know that just is just wonderful technique. Yeah, Vinny's goal is also wonderful technique, but I agree with you, Russell, that if only if Pep doesn't teach tackling, right, to his defenders. He famously said like he doesn't teach them tackling, he doesn't teach them defense in that sense. So I guess it's no surprise that they would give up that kind of, to use basketball parlance, they would give up that look, give up that opportunity because that is a low XG kind of goal. I think the rating for Vini's goal is, I think 0.15, maybe even lower than that. Yeah. But yeah, the defense really should be closing that out. But yeah, De Bruyne, chef's kiss. I think he scored a similar goal in the World Cup against Brazil, right? Also head low into the bottom corner. Ball didn't fly up, didn't go into the ground, just went arrow straight into the corner. It was against Brazil, wasn't it? Quarterfinals?
I think not this World Cup, right?
2018.
Yep. I think it should be, yep.
But
he does this a lot.
Yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. Okay, let's move on to from the goal scorers to the goal shy. Quiet night in terms of goals from Haaland and Benzema. Haaland had maybe like one decent opportunity or two. One was blocked by Alaba. The other was a pass into Courtois' hands.
Courtois,
yeah. Benzema though, not much action in the penalty box at all. Who had the better game here? Farid, go ahead.
I think on the basis of chances, Haaland had the better game. I mean, like you said, he got stopped by Alaba with a world-class tackle.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be on highlight reels for quite a while. And the other free header that he had was, he tried to generate power from the cross, but unfortunately couldn't get it past Courtois. Benzema seemed to be having an off night. His control let him down a bit. There were quite a few chances for him to get in behind the defense. And his touch just let him down. So on the basis of both, I think Haaland had the better night, but both didn't really. I wouldn't say they didn't show up, but I think the tactics just didn't favor the out and out strikers. I think the wingers and the midfielders were always going to have a better chance in this game with how both defenses were set up. I think for the most part, both defenses were very disciplined, which is why both forwards didn't really have much of a shout, and that's why both goals, or even most of the best chances, came from outside the box.
Yeah,
just a testament to their defensive organization. But yeah, I'll give the advantage to Haaland for this first leg.
Russ.
Where do I start for this? I think
You've only got 2 minutes. I'll give you 2 minutes to respond. Go.
okay, quick one,
Yeah.
very fast. I think this game shows how bad Haaland is, like his flaws, especially his flaws. The Madrid was playing with a makeshift defense. This is not their normal back four, and he made Alaba and Rudiger look wow, one of the best in the world. His touches,
they are some of the best defenders in the world, though, to be fair to
Alaba is fast because he's a sub because Militao is suspended.
Yeah.
So Alaba doesn't really start. It's like usually Rudiger and Militao, I think, if I'm not wrong. Like those are the go-tos for Real Madrid. So I think Man City didn't really play the ball to him because I didn't think they trusted him that much to do anything. Like he was just running around like a headless chicken the whole game. Got some looks, I think, at the start, the one that Courtois, the pre-roller to Courtois, I thought that was a good chance, but he didn't really make the most of it. So he was just like vibing in the middle of the field, just running around. And I think Man City, in these kind of games, you realize like, oh shit, that's not the striker they need because they're going to have a lot of the ball. They need to come near, maybe take the ball, dribble a bit, get other players involved, but he's more of like a very direct player. And it's hard to play direct when Madrid are sitting back. So like when the team sparks the bus, I think Haaland doesn't really do well because there's not much space for him to get in behind. There's not much space behind the defense. So I think a few times the ball, like he's always chasing balls going out or what, because he couldn't do much because if him coming to the center of field, he looks very, very out of place. Like he doesn't know what to do. Yeah, he's like not that kind of striker. There. Yeah. So he had a bad game. And I would say that Benzema, he had a bad game as well. But that's the kind of, like Benzema, you don't expect much of him from like running in behind. Like I think Madrid weren't playing to Benzema's strength yesterday because like how high up they were getting pressed, they were trying to play long balls to Benzema to run in behind, but he's not the quickest nowadays given his age. But I think what I would say Benzema had a better game than Haaland because he created for his players because he can drop in deep. He was playing out wide to Vinicius and Rodrigo. Even though he wasn't having a good game, he was still trying to get other players involved, opening up space for the rest of his team. So both had terrible games, but I think Benzema edges it out just based on the fact that he created more, helped the team do more in terms of team play than Haaland because both of them didn't do much in terms of providing goals for the team.
Okay. All right. I think that's fair assessment from the both of you guys in terms of opinions. I am going to hedge my bets and just be like, nah, both of them didn't score. That's their main job. They both had bad games. I'm not going to qualify it either way. Yeah. Looking ahead to the second leg, right? We have, Man City hosting Real Madrid next week. Tie is poised at 1-1. Why don't you guys lock in your predictions right now? Who is going to take this? Who is going to make it to the Champions League final? What's the score going to be? Who wants to go first?
I'm guessing it might actually be a 0-0 draw. I won't be surprised if this match goes to penalties.
Okay.
But if I had to really choose one, I think Madrid could edge it 1-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Fair? It's a hard game to call. But I think I'm gonna go 1-1 again. I think both teams will be too scared. Won't be given the result of this first leg. It has to be a close second leg. You can't just go gung ho in the second leg. There's nothing to chase. Either team can win, so it'll be very cagey affair. I think 1-1 and Madrid win on penalties.
Okay. Okay. I think it will be a narrow win to Real Madrid, and not because I might be slightly biased, but like I just feel like just the little bit of okay. There's a little bit of copium here and hopium, together with like the fact that like Real Madrid just tend to find a way in Europe and they always
Yeah.
do. So but like if they don't, then if Madrid don't go through, I think this is the end of the dynasty, honestly. Like if they don't do this is their last dance, right? And if they don't do it, they won't be back in Europe. This team is going to be rejigged in the summer. You already have like what the heir apparents for Modric, Cruz, and all that are already at the club. Tchouameni, Camavinga, Valverde, they're all there, right? So yeah, I think Madrid have just one last push in them, and I think they're gonna do it. Oh, okay. Hey, don't forget to lock in your predictions on the app, guys. Okay. So yeah. Speaking of predictions, actually, just want to let everybody know before we sign off today that we are running a community challenge for our match predictor feature on the Kickoff by Zuju app. You can find the app on Play Store and iOS. All you have to do is be the first to guess 10 correct matches in a single EPL game week, and you could win the entire Maestro collection. Okay, the entire collection of Maestro cards, right? That's it. All you have to do, predict 10 matches correctly in a single week, right? We think it's impossible. Russell thinks it's impossible. Farik definitely knows it's impossible. We all know it's impossible, but this is a challenge out to you guys that are watching here. If you want to win the Maestro card collection in one fell swoop, all you have to do is to predict correctly 10 matches in a single EPL game week, and we're running this all the way to the end of the season, okay? So yeah, that's it from us, guys. Russell, Farik, thank you so much for your time.
Anytime. Always here.
Anytime.
Back here tomorrow.
Yeah.
See you again tomorrow.
Yeah. And we'll see you all for tomorrow's post-match reaction for the Milan derby in the UCL semi-finals. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Ciao.